So, like previously I mentioned, which is the source of indoor air contaminant. One of source of indoor air contaminant is contaminated from outdoor air or fresh air, emission from nearby source, which is what we call the pollutant pathway, and then moisture or standing water from excessive microbial growth. So is there any leakage from maybe plumbing side? Maybe it will create a moisture growth, which is fungi and microbial growth in our system, in our room, which is it is dangerous because it is the growth of mold inside our room. Then the equipment, human activity, which is from the building occupant itself, and then the housing activities. Are you sweep? Maybe you are sweeping the floor. It will create dust in your indoor also. Next one is from the human activities. Maybe you do something maybe that create the increment of source of dust maybe, and then the maintenance activity also. Maybe you are cleaning your fan, maybe you are cleaning your air conditioning filter, maybe it will create increase of dust. And then the building components and finishing, for example, you have carpet also, maybe it will lead and increase the dust in your indoor area. And then unsanitary condition and water damage that will lead to the moisture. And then chemical release by building components, maybe any of your building component, maybe for example furniture will lead to the increase of formaldehyde. uh, Another example is your wall. Maybe your wall having new paint, so it will lead to the increase of VOC level in your room. And one more is any other sources that will lead to the increase of the poor indoor air quality. So HVAC system design and operation. Usually from the HVAC system, which is the maintenance side, the filter, we have to make sure we changing our filter, and then the ducting side, so it will lead to the increase of poor IAQ. So that's why we must to make sure we having maintains our system very good, which is the cooling tower system also, which is the water level. So if we not reject our heat good enough from the cooling tower and condenser side, so your cooling coil will be dirty because of the growth of the mold at the cooling coil, because there are not enough rejection in our air conditioning system. So in our air handling unit, for example, our AHU system, we have to change the filter, and then the exhaust fan ductwork must change filters. So maintenance side of HVAC system is very important. So one of the recap, this is a recap of HVAC system. For HVAC system, it will provide the thermal comfort to make sure temperature and humidity is good enough to the building occupants, and then it is distribute adequate amounts of outdoor air, which is the fresh air. And then it also HVAC system is isolate and remove odors. So we have the filter, maybe charcoal filter, that will absorb bad odors, and contaminant through pressure control, positive and negative pressure of our room, filtration system, and also exhaust fan. Like previously, we say one of the factors that affect our IAQ is pollutant pathways and driving force. So actually, pressure differential created by force move a bond contaminant from areas to really higher pressure. So usually, if our for example, this is our room. So our room is negative pressure. For example, what I mean negative pressure is that is written air or ventilation is high. So the area that from outside of the room having positive pressure, which is a more supply air, so it will lead to the infiltration which is coming to your room. For example, maybe there is source of chemical here, so it will lead to coming into your room. So that's why what we call the pollutant pathways. it will move from relatively higher pressure to the relatively lower pressure. So this is higher pressure, which is positive pressure, and then this is negative pressure, which is low pressure. So it will move from positive to negative pressure. Something about the principle of air movement. Usually it will local circulation in room containing the pollutant source. The air movement into the adjacent space also are under lower pressure. Okay, and then recirculation of air within the zone containing pollutant or adjacent room where return system develop. And then the next one, if movement from lower to upper level of the building, which is the pollutant level, and then the air movement into the building through either infiltration so of outdoor air. What means the infiltration is the air is coming from crack or any hole. For example, your room, there is hole around your room from the your under your door, maybe from the window, maybe. So that's what we call the infiltration. There is crack, maybe, for example. So that is what we call the infiltration. So building occupants, what lead to their health problem from the poor indoor air quality? Person that have allergic or asthmatic individual, people with respiratory disease, people with have low immune system and contacts then wearers. So this is all will be affected by the poor AQ. For example, they have many dust in that particular area, so there will be problem for them because they have the problem, allergic problem, respiratory problem. So then they will have a health problem, maybe asthmatic problem after that. So how to know our room or maybe our space is having poor indoor air quality, poor IAQ? Of course, they will be coming from the complaint. So usually a personnel that are DOSH area or health and safety officer, maybe they will make survey and then we will know the complaint from them. For example, they're having headache, fatigue, shortness of breath, sinus, cough, sneezing, eye nose irritation. So this is all the complaint that are lead and symptom that shows that that particular indoor area having poor indoor air quality. Next one, what we can do to prevent from indoor air quality problem. The first one, of course, we have to understand and we must educate people. Educate people in terms of what? Control their source of factors of contaminants, for example. Educate them to use, maintain regularly their system. And then we also have to keep the building dry and clean by maintain our air conditioning system. It will make our cooling coil and control also our temperature and humidity inside our room. So then our building will be keep dry and then reduce the potential source of in that area. Any sources that will increase to the pollutant we must avoid, and then provide exhaust ventilation and then provide dilution ventilation, which is what we call the general ventilation. And then next one, reduce unplanned airflows. We have to plan our airflow to make sure it will not go through any contaminant or problems from around the indoor area. So until now, we'll meet again to another next topic or another lecture. Thank you very much and Assalamualaikum.